Kumusta? Mabuhay and maligayang pagbabalik sa akin channel. So, for today, I thought it would be nice to react to a video entitled Being Black in the Philippines, The Truth. But before we continue on, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Music Game News because that is where you can DM me your wonderful suggestions. And without further ado, let's get to it.
Alam ko may snow dito.
Just gonna go to a target place and they gonna say like, oh, asang anak? Parang napaka-disrespectful din kasi.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Alan. Welcome to our planet. And today we've got a really special video for you guys. It might be a little different from what we usually do, but we do think that you guys might find it interesting and insightful. As we know, white privilege is something that doesn't just exist in the West. It also exists in Asia as well. But
oh yeah, absolutely. Why do you think that a lot of Filipinos whiten their skin?
one thing's for sure is that the Philippines
Because there are a lot of black Filipinos as well.
is definitely
Actually, of all shades.
on its way to getting better. We are slowly loving our own skin tones and other skin tones as well. And we're really on our way to progress. But knowing that we're still on our way, we
Fingers
thought that it would
crossed.
be interesting to know what it's like to be black in the Philippines. Without further
Let's
ado,
check it
let's
out.
get on to the video.
Testimonies probably from different people, yeah.
Hey guys, my name
Echo Abigail from Nigeria, right?
is Echo Abigail from Nigeria.
there you go.
I
Yeah.
lived in San Fernando City, La Union, and later moved to Manila City.
Oh man, she has a strong Nigerian accent.
I stayed in the Philippines for
Love
4
it.
years and 6 months of my life.
Hello po, ako po si Mimi Felicia.
Ah, Nigeria again. Mimi, Felicia.
I am a Nigerian. I've been in the Philippines for about 14 years now.
Wow, 14 years. She probably speaks Tagalog, like everybody else.
Yes, that long.
Ah.
I used to stay in Rizal. That's where we're based the first time I came over to the Philippines.
Hello guys, what's up, what's up, what's up?
Aha, American Filipino. Paul.
What's up? My name is Paul, African-American ako. And
Let's
from
go.
the Philippines. Una po sa lahat, ako po'y naninirahan ngayon dito sa Angeles City, Pampanga, kung saan po makikita ang matitikman ang napakasarap na sisig sa
Asarap!
buong Pilipinas. 30 years na po ako naninirahan dito.
My name is Abimbola.
What? How come there are so many Nigerians in the Philippines?
Shanae, and I am from Nigeria. I lived in the Philippines,
Makati.
Makati to be precise, for 5 years. Within the 5 years, I also had opportunities to travel around the country, and it was one of the best times of my life.
Hi everyone, welcome.
Okay, so this is basically testimonies from Nigerians who lived in the Philippines. That's it. Nurse Ruth.
My name is Ruth. I'm a Nigerian, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Nursing from one of the universities here in the Philippines.
Cool.
I graduated last year, September 2021. Currently, I live in Dagupan City, Pangasinan. I've stayed in the
Pangasinan.
Philippines for 6 years and still counting.
Why did you move to the Philippines?
My main aim of moving to the Philippines was to study.
As
I moved to the
usual.
Philippines because my parents were sent here to the Philippines to work. I was here with my sisters.
Tulad po na sinabi ko, dito na po ako pinanganak. So,
Yeah.
hindi ko masasabi ng maayos. Pero yung po yung sagot dyan, ever since 1991, dito na po talaga ako.
Actually, I moved to the Philippines because my ex-boyfriend had an
Ah.
opportunity to come work there.
So this probably means she said ex-boyfriend. So she chose to remain in the Philippines after she broke up with her boyfriend, meaning that she likes her life in the Philippines. Very nice.
I also followed suit to be closer with him. But on the flip side, I was also studying in Makati.
I moved to the Philippines in pursuit of my dream course. And today, I am already a graduate.
Is there anything that culture shocked you here in the Philippines?
I had a lot of culture shocks in the Philippines, but then I'll
Man, her teeth are perfect.
just be stating one. Filipinos tend to ask you out on a food date to eat out, then you end up being the one to pay for yourself, and sometimes you will even pay for the person that asked you on a date. It might
What? That's crazy. This is the first time that I hear of this. That is not how it works over here, man. Actually, in Canada, it is not surprising that if you go on a date, that both parties pay for themselves and that's it. Where I grew up in Algeria, you always usually tend... Actually, we fight at the end to pay for the other person. You know, like, no, I'm paying. No, I'm paying. You know, that's how it works in Algeria.
My country, it's not so. When I ask you to eat out with me, it practically means I will be paying. But in the Philippines, when someone say, Abigail, let's eat out, it means, Abigail, put your money in your pocket because
It's the opposite? Really?
it's not gonna go for free.
Actually, marami. Kasi, honestly, when I first came here, I was so shocked na yung food nila dito di ganun ka-spicy. Kasi in my country, sobrang hili ko sa manghang. Like, laging manghang yung kinakain namin. So when I got here and I saw na walang hanghang and all that, I was like, oh, okay. Actually, marami akong na-culture shock. Especially given the fact that I'm from Africa and it's Asia, it's a really different world.
Would you consider that though a culture shock? The fact that the food isn't spicy? It's not a culture shock. Come on. It's just food here.
Sabi ko kanina, born and raised po dito. So, buong buhay ko talagang nasanaw sa culture ng Pilipinas. Yung mga friends ko na...
I wonder why they interviewed this guy, you know, because it doesn't really make sense since he's been living in the Philippines for almost all his life. He can't really speak about the differences between I guess the US where he's from and the Philippines where he's also from, you know. How long did he live in the US, you know?
half din, red over din. Most of my friends here are half, and I'm telling you, lahat po kami talaga dito parang napaka-bigong Filipino pati na half kami ganyan kasi bigong Pinoy, diba? Gang, gang!
Gang, gang!
I had a lot of culture shock because I knew nothing about the country. So one thing that I remember so well was the heat, right? Like how sticky and hot it is.
How is she surprised about that? Nigeria is very hot as well.
I had met other Filipinos. They are always nice and would always say hello to you. The culture shock was how kind and nice the people are. As a foreigner, you feel really welcome.
Hey, I have never been to the Philippines and I felt that, I guess you can say culture shock. I felt how sweet and kind and nice Filipinos are, you know, through just social media and meeting Filipinos in Canada and Montreal.
Other culture shock is how Filipinos love rice. So
yes, you guys eat rice at breakfast. What?
You know where I come from, we eat rice, but rice with sauce. But you guys just eat ordinary white rice. Like that was always thrilling to me. But today I am in Nigeria and I can comfortably eat white rice. I'm not Filipino, just saying.
Oh, she doesn't live in the Philippines anymore. Okay.
When I first came to the Philippines, while I was going with a friend to search for an apartment, I saw a pussycat. Immediately I saw that pussycat, I started praying against it.
Oh my
God! That was taking me around to search for an apartment.
It's bad juju. It's considered bad juju in Nigeria.
He busted out into laughter and he told me I better get used to seeing pussycats.
Pussycats, I love how she says pussycats. Pussycats, dogs, and, not birds, but chickens and roosters and stuff.
Around because it's a norm. They like pussycats. It serves as pets to them. I said, Jesus. In Nigeria, the sight of pussycats,
there you go.
Start praying against it because back in Nigeria, it's just like the witches are after you. So when I saw that pussycat, I was like, my village people are after me. And today, I'm used to seeing pussycats everywhere. I no longer pray anytime I see pussycats. So another culture shock, seeing most people smoking cigarettes. Back there in Nigeria, if you are seen with the cigarettes, they look at...
This is interesting. Okay, I guess in Nigeria they don't smoke as much as in the Philippines. That's good.
You as someone who is wayward. So when I first came to the Philippines, when I see old people smoking, I look at them in awe. Like, what? What are they doing? Now I'm used to seeing everyone smoke.
Have you ever faced any difficulties, struggles, or uncomfortable situations in the Philippines as a black person?
Being a black person.
Trying to tackle the racism subject here. Hey, I didn't see you there. Well, Now that you're here, why don't you celebrate for making it this far into this video by subscribing to the channel, by turning on that notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos, and of course, and the most important thing, to like this video because it does help out the channel tremendously. And now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go back to my business.
Living in the Philippines. Yes, Filipinos are nice people. They are almost the nicest people in the whole world. But then there are still the bad ones that will make me as a black person feel less of myself. But in all, I still feel the good part of the Philippines is better than the bad part of the Filipinos. I live with it. I enjoyed all my stay in the Philippines.
Siguro sa education part, kasi back then, there weren't a lot of black people here, and I was like the only black person in the whole school, so it was really hard for me kasi may discrimination, and there's also like the pressure for me to try to fit in. It's always like I always felt like I was different from everyone. Like, it was really crazy, like when I first came here to the Philippines.
Being black in the Philippines po, di naman nasabi ko na mahirap, pero nung mga kabataan ko na wala akong idea about racism, like people like calling you the N-word or joking you as a, you know, monkey. Nung bata ka, syempre, parang mo biro lang, di ka maapektuhan. Katagal lang, some people still make jokes about me, like, you know, some inside racist joke na sometimes just gonna go to a target place and they can say like, oh, asang anak. Parang napaka-disrespect ko din kasi. Alam mo, ginagawa mo sa sa'yo, ba't ganun ka mag-approach sa akin? Syempre, kung gusto mo respect mo ako para respect niya. Sabi natin, like, we're gonna educate them about not saying this word, especially the N-word. Some people will listen to you, but sometimes yung ibang tao kasi, kala nila yung mga sinasabi nila parang laro lang, parang katuwaan lang. Kahit ano explain mo sa nila, nahihirapan sila i-gets na parang, bakit? Sarili ko to. May sarili akong freedom of speech. Kasi sila yun eh. Tsaka ako kasi di mo tipong nag-hold ng grudge. Educate them, talk to them, that sometimes it's not good to talk bad to other people.
One of the struggles I had as a black woman in the Philippines was making my hair. It was so difficult. It took me like a year to find a Nigerian hairstylist. So that was one. Number two struggle that I had was the food. Filipino food are sweet. For someone that has sweet tooth and loves sweet food, it is not a problem. But a lot of Filipino food, and you guys do a lot of desserts. We don't even do desserts in Nigeria, like the local delicacies are. So a lot of Filipino food and a lot of Filipino sweets. And I'm like, oh, no, there's sugar in this. Uncomfortable situations. I had a taxi man. I was coming from Glorieta and we got stuck in that Makati Avenue traffic.
Man, you know, it really makes me apprehensive to go to the Philippines because every time I talk about traveling to the Philippines with Filipinos, they tell me about the traffic. Because I tell them I want to stay in Manila for at least a week, maybe more, because I really want to, if I get the chance to, you know, go to concerts and the Wish Bus and stuff like that. Maybe meet some people, some singers that I reacted to. But I'm really afraid of the traffic now. I don't want to be stuck in traffic for like hours, you know?
I wanted to pee. I was sitting at the back and he opened the container until I realized he started peeing in the container. And all of the glasses are closed shut.
Oh my God. It must have started stinking in the heat. Oh my God, are you serious?
But I felt like, oh my God, somebody is peeing, and I started feeling it in my mouth, like that, right? Because it's a small enclosed space. So I just didn't want to like be
I'm
dramatic
sorry,
about it. I
girl.
just quickly wind down the glass and then pretended that never happened.
One of the major challenges I face as a foreigner in the Philippines is visa problem. Another struggle most foreigners face here in the Philippines is not having any job to do as a student foreigner in the Philippines. We
Yeah,
are
that's
not
problematic.
allowed
It can
to
be
work.
problematic.
And not working while studying affects us somehow.
Yeah, but this probably does not have anything to do with you being black, you know what I'm saying? This is just for like, you know, immigrant students. That's it, in general.
We depend solely on our sponsor. Any menial
Sponsor.
job or anything you are doing, that's just on your own. But for you to pay your tuition, the major fees, it's just, we depend solely on our sponsors. And it's really not easy because sometimes when you are broke, you are completely broke.
Broke.
Help comes from above. Another struggle also that I face as a foreigner.
See, no, not as a foreigner. We're trying to see the struggles that you faced as a black person in the Philippines.
I know most foreigners face that struggle as well is not being entitled to some things. Before you could get some things in the Philippines as a foreigner, you need to have a Filipino or a Filipina. This is the reason you have most foreigners married to Filipinas.
Now that you've experienced living in the Philippines,
Yeah, see, this is not specific to the Philippines. You know, you can apply that to a lot of other countries.
have your perceptions changed prior to moving here?
Prior to moving to the Philippines, I was told that Philippines is a poor country, and again, I was told a lot of things that I would have problems speaking or interacting with people.
Oh, most Filipinos speak Taglish or English as well. They speak a good English.
To learn Tagalog and all those. And when I got to Philippines, I found out it's not so. I learned Tagalog in my school, but then it's not a must to speak Tagalog because 70 to 80% of Filipinos
Yeah,
speak
there you go.
English. And also, getting to the Philippines, I get to find out that Filipinos are not as poor as people portray it to be. The Philippines is doing good for itself.
That's good to know.
I really did have a weird perception nung papunta ako dito. Kasi akala ko may snow dito. I don't know why. Pero yun lang naman yung naging perception ko here. Pero
Snow?
I realized na this place is actually an island, tropical, like mainit, like right now. So yeah, that's one of the perception that changed.
But then again, she was really young when she moved to the Philippines, so yeah.
Raised ako dito, pero hindi magbabago yung pananaw sa Pilipinas na kahit sobrang dami kong pinagdaan dito na hardships, struggles, o ano man. Hindi magbabago kasi kahit pa, dito na lumaki, kung Pilipino pa din po ako, kahit na half African American ako, I'm still gonna be Filipino yung isip, sa puso, at sa gawa.
Living in the Philippines was one of the amazing moments of my life, and I've been in Nigeria for a year now, and I am complaining about living in Nigeria so badly because there's so many things that the country is still not doing that, you know, I had in the Philippines, like constant electricity, good roads, freedom. How
There you
safe the
go.
Philippines is that as a woman, as a single black woman, I could travel by myself and I would not be afraid of anything. But
I cannot believe she traded that for you know, to go back to Nigeria. Maybe she didn't have a choice, you know, because it is difficult to stay in a country when you have, you know, visa and paper issues.
I can't even do that in Nigeria. Since I've been back home, people always ask me, so you live in the Philippines, what is it like? And I'm like, you know, the people are amazing, the country is beautiful, it's safe to travel, and so much more. There's just this comfort already. I didn't believe that I left the Philippines to come back to Nigeria.
Being that it is among the third world country, just like my own country, but my staying in the Philippines have really changed a lot of things about how I see Philippines. I must confess that I love the Philippines. Yeah, why wouldn't I love
Mahal
the Philippines?
kita.
I mean, they gave me my dream course. Today I'm a graduate, BSN graduate. It is not easy. So yeah, Philippines is just like my second home.
Let's
Knowing that you've
go.
lived or are still living in the Philippines, what Filipino words or sentences have you picked up along the way?
Woo!
Mahal kita.
There you
Magandang
go.
umaga,
Hey.
magandang gabi, magandang hapon. Ano?
See, I know magandang hapon, but I never say it because I don't feel the need to use it, you know? What is your name? Anong pangalan mo?
Ang pangalan ko,
pangalan
Echo
ko.
Abigail. I also
Hey.
learned pera, of course, pesos. That is the pera that we all need. Walang pasok, of course, we love that word. I love walang pasok a
Walang
lot. We
pasok.
hate may pasok. I personally hate may pasok.
One that I get a lot is maganda. Kumusta,
Maganda.
kanan, there's kaliwa. When you're going around, let's say I get lost, like when you want to approach someone,
Ooh, I have to remember that kanan and kaliwa.
you have to do it with respect. So they'll usually say ate or kuya. Of course, maganda, umaga, charot. My friend
Charot.
uses that a lot. So these are some of the phrases that I can actually remember.
Guapo, maganda, kumusta ka na, mabuti. Another word I know, of course, is
Mabuti. Tubig. Water.
pera. I can never forget that word pera. Love that word pera. Meron pera. Walang pera. These are the few Filipino words I can say all by heart anytime, any day.
Lahat po, lahat. Especially pag sinabi na, kakain na. Pag sinabing kakain na, the word kain, lagi kong lumalakita nyo kasi sarap kumain. O kaya, pag pupunta na sa dagat. Kasi paninirahan sa Pilipinas, pinakagusto sa lahat yung nature. Yung mga tao doon, yung mga isda, yung mga local. I've been a city person before, pero once you get older, gusto mo ng peace. Diba?
As you can see guys, nagtatagalog naman po ako after 14 years.
Wow, she can speak Tagalog so well.
Got shocked there. But I don't know, the first word siguro that I ever got to learn was upuan and salamat.
Upuan.
Pero ngayon, na fluent naman naman ako mag-Tagalog. It's a lot of, Filipino words that I'm still trying to learn. So, salamat po if you enjoyed this video.
See, this was a wonderful video. I really enjoyed their energy and the way they shared their experiences from the Philippines, but I feel like the video was a little bit misleading because of the title, which is a little clickbaity, if you ask me. If we had removed just that American dude, just the dude, the guy, we could have put in the title being Nigerian in the Philippines. That's it, because they only interviewed Nigerians plus that guy who was half Filipino, half American, but lived so long in the Philippines that I don't think he should have been included in this video. So it's a little misleading, and I wonder why, they only had testimonies from Nigerians. It's very odd, because, there are so many diverse people in the Philippines. It's a very touristic country, so I don't know. I'm a little confused about that. But 99% of their answers were pro-Philippines. Like they barely complained about the Philippines, which is not surprising to me. Honestly, it is definitely not surprising to me. They mentioned the traffic, the dude who peed in a water bottle in the traffic. I guess they complain maybe about the heat. What else? Like seriously, I can't think of something bad about the Philippines. All the rest was positive. Kindness. Kindness. Beautiful country. All that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was still an interesting video. There you go. Now it is your turn to tell me in the comment section below what you thought of this video, but also your experiences with non-Filipinos that live in the Philippines. How do they act, and how do you act around them, and did you see how Filipinos react to them? That would be very interesting to me. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe here, and please like the video to show your support and appreciation for my work, and turn on the notification bell to be poked for future content. Yeah.